What kind of additional actions, strategies are you implementing, working on in your program? Anything cool, anything different?
I don't know that this is a terribly revolutionary strategy, but the amount of effort that has to be put forth to be successful at an event is significant. You can't phone it in. I'd rather not be at an event than have a half-baked presence there. And I'm fortunate that our team is really creative and innovative and really hustles at events, and it pays off. My biggest frustration at the trade association was when I would have exhibitors say to me, well, there was just no traffic at my booth. And we don't have that issue as exhibitors because our team hustles. They set appointments. We have
Yep.
compelling content at our booth. We have giveaways. Our booths are crowded because we work hard to make them crowded. We don't just pop up a sign and hope for the best. The amount of effort that goes into a show is really important, and it should be a significant amount of effort in order to get a return on that investment.
I love that answer, right? Because it's so simple, but so important, and so many people miss it.
Yeah.
The idea that it takes significant effort level to do an event is so true, right? It just is. So, what does a little bit of your pre-trade show campaign, effort, initiative, what does that look like?
We have a tiered approach with our events currently. We have tier one events, tier two, and tier three. Tier one events are big events that usually have a full marketing campaign surrounding them. So the lead up to those is much different than the lead up to a tier two or a tier three event. A tier one event, I'll give you an example. We participated in a trade show in April in Florida. And this event, the planning for it started in November, really. And we had a full marketing campaign in the lead up to that event. And our salespeople, our sales team who were there, they had, like I said earlier, dawn until dusk appointments and meetings. So it takes effort from everybody. And it takes the marketing team and the events team to drive that effort, to dictate what that looks like. So there's a lot of planning calls. There's a lot of communication. We over communicate what's going to happen, what the booth looks like, where you can have meetings, what you should be doing. We over communicate that because I think everybody needs to have that information in order to feel comfortable, to feel empowered, to take their little piece of that event and do what they need to do to make it great. Every person that attends, that participates, has a really key role, and it's up to us to make sure that they have the information that they need to fulfill that role.
You just touched a little bit on like sales in that process, right? So what kind of relationship do you have with sales? Because obviously I'm a big believer that like marketing is kind of teeing things up for sales all the time. So the partnership has to be good, especially on the event side. I think in general, marketing and sales have a lot of disconnects, right? But the closer an event, a marketing and sales department is, the better things typically go. On the event side, how do you work with sales to make sure that they are involved, they understand what's going on, and that they are set up for success?
I work really closely with the marketer who works really closely with sales.
Okay.
However, when we get down to the kind of final days before a show, we're all together. We're all in it together and everybody's communicating and everybody's making sure that they're on the same page. But the marketer on a particular event is the one that really has that strong relationship with sales and really nurtures and drives it. On the other hand, for our customer events that we have, we host a big customer event every September, and I do work very closely with sales on that. I work with them to kind of cultivate their invitation list to make sure that they have the knowledge about the event that they need. So it kind of depends on the type of event that we're working on.
Makes sense. And I'm assuming that for the trade show stuff that your marketer that you're working with is setting up sales, understanding language and the narrative and, why you guys are there and all the things that you're preparing for and building out your trade show booth and sponsorships and everything that you're doing, that everybody, all three departments per se, are on the same page.
Correct. Yep, that's exactly right. And providing them with information. And we have an event brief that it can be 20 pages long just with the information that the sales team would need for the event.